Hi-ho the dairy-o, the farmer in the dell. Whatever that means. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. We just had another update today, and I was gonna post a GAC video. I made it, everything, and it was gonna be my last hurrah with the old music, and it is demonetized. I have to fix it, so I'm not gonna wait. They're not gonna happen yet. Probably this weekend sometime. Unfortunate, but we got an update to Asajj and to the game, so we're going to talk about that just a little bit, just to keep this fresh, new, awesome content daily coming. So let's talk about it, guys. Let's jump in as quick as we can. I need to get to bed though, so let's take a look. First, there is a really interesting post that they sent out on the data cron changes. Now, yeah, there's a lot going on. So the economy update is what they call it. Datacron economy update, which I was like, well, I don't know. They're going to make it hard. Like, usually they just, I don't know. It seems like they change a thing and then, like, you know, we have a thing and then they just make it harder. They're like, oh, let's make them spend more money or something. That happened with Conquest, right? I mean, they're like, hey, this is fun. You can unlock these cool characters, and it's not a huge amount of effort. But we need to change that. That needs to be different, because we could actually make more money off of this, you know, or we could get better stats by making you guys play longer hours. And frustrating. So I was, you know, it's nerve-wracking, guys. Set 2 for Datacrons are coming out very, very soon. Whenever the new Conquest starts is when we get the track 2. And actually, they made a mistake with this update, because people who claimed the rewards after the update for Territory Wars actually got set number 2 Datacron stuff. So, I don't know, it's just pretty interesting. At the end of the day, it probably doesn't matter that much, but I mean, I think some people really wanted the materials for set 1 still, so I guess maybe it does matter. In fact, so that was the retuned Conquest milestone rewards. So in Conquest, you get these milestone rewards. If you want to get the battle pass, then you can it'll give you everything up to a level 9 Datacron, but then they removed all reroll materials. I don't know, I honestly, off the top of my head, have no idea what we got last time versus what we're getting this time, and if the milestone rewards or the reroll materials from milestone rewards are gone, I don't know if that's a good deal. And but I'll say this, guys, this is really interesting, because very clearly they didn't get much engagement or something. Like, people just weren't playing with Datacrons or whatever. They decided to make them actually accessible to people that don't want to just grind a bunch. Now, my alternate account does have a level 9 Datacron, and probably going to end up with a level 6 as well, which is all fine and good, but this is it's difficult for a lot of people to get them, and they want more engagement apparently, so they're making it so that you can farm them a little bit more. They also added set 2 Datacrons of materials for purchase in shipments, apparently. That'll happen eventually. Let's see. They reordered stuff. Increased quantity. Free calendar. Contains Datacron plus upgrades to a level 6. So you get a level 6 regardless. This on its own tells me they weren't getting enough engagement. You know, like, they pay attention to the stats, guys, and they're trying to entice you into it. Now, I'm not saying that you need to, like, capitulate and do what you want. I think that this is a positive change, though. CG has noticed that people aren't into Datacrons, and they're trying to make it more player-friendly. Now, whether or not they turn around and make it less player-friendly is another matter, but this does seem to be an update in the positive, to the positive for players. So I guess we'll this still isn't the gear fix. Like, they still need to give us more gear. But there's no question. They still got to fix a lot of things. But this does seem like a step in the right direction. If they want us to engage, they should actually give us things like a free up to level 6 Datacron. That seems wonderful. In fact, level 6 is, right when they start getting very powerful. Remove Mark 1 upgrade material requirements. Okay. So the next set's going to be Jedi and Rebel, and they look a little bit overpowered, I won't lie. I'm very interested to see what we're going to do. I'm going to make a video on what my thoughts are on these Datacrons, guys, sometime this weekend as well. GAC match and everything. I don't know when I'm going to find time, but I will find time, I'm sure. Maybe I won't. But let's, okay, so they're changing things to make it more accessible, like the fact that they're giving us 3 times more by a factor of 3. That seems like it's saying they're giving us, if you would have dropped 10 of something, now you're getting 30 of it. Which, I mean, you don't drop 10 of anything, but there were a lot of them that you drop 5, and now you're going to get 15. As long as they don't change the upgrade numbers, which they very well might, and they just didn't, like, add it to this conveniently, but as long as they don't change that makes it a lot more worthwhile to grind, folks. It really does. Like, we need to be grinding immediately when Conquest starts. But we'll talk about that later. Well, we need to if we want to engage with holocrons. So, there was also an update today, folks. And it talks about the set 2 accordingly for they're going to monitor feedback and progression. And I mean, nothing I've ever seen, at least not lately, has indicated that they don't pay attention. That, like, they may not know the game that well, which is unfortunate considering they make it, and they may not actually, go out of their way to help players, like, super enjoy things. They do listen. Whether or not they do anything about it, it's another matter. But, guys, keep talking about it. They're listening. Maybe they even watch my channel. Who knows? probably a couple of them do, actually. I think I heard something about that. But, okay, so with this, the Raisin's Claw, I think is what we ended up calling it. It's all going to be on Cantina nodes, which, of course, it is, because they want to make sure that we hate life and spend everything on Cantina. Great. Okay, so sortie shards are farmable now. They're free to play, guys. Go get them. Really good droid. Really, really good. I failed against it recently. A lot of other people have failed against it. It's very good. It's very impressive. I'm impressed. Let's see. Omega is added to the list of accelerated characters. Wonderful. That's good. Go farm Omega too, guys. She's also much better than people seem to think she is. Alright, then they fixed a bunch of things, so they changed some wording, they did something about Hoki religions, they did all this stuff, they patted Kaylee on the head for doing a good job when he's the only one with the laptop. Well, let's see. So the only one that really, the huge thing, there's 2 things actually. Number 1, they fixed a bug where Vulture Droid does not assist as much as it should, and early testing seems to indicate that they did fix it, in fact. That it looks like Malevolence is actually a ship that should be used now. Like, I mean, it should have been anyways. I was winning with it a lot, but it looks like it's going to be a lot more functional, which is very necessary considering you need it for a lot of really tough counters. The other one is, of course, thank goodness, fixed bowstring animation for Omega. Oh man, we lucked out, guys. 2 major bug fixes in one go. Madness. Alright, they've got the speed of the Rebellion bundle. How fast is the Rebellion? Speed of the Rebellion bundle. Speed of it. I should just stop. I'm nitpicking and I'm so sleepy, guys. Alright. There's known issues, which I appreciate them acknowledging that there are issues, actually. Okay, so, and then we come to the Omicron, and this looks pretty cool, guys. It's GAC, and, as you know, I'm a big fan of GAC. So, what's going on here, Get an Omicron for Asajj. So all Night Sister allies gain 30%. I mean, I love these Omicrons that are basically like second leaderships for the squad. So you can still you can have her as lead, or you can have Mother Talzin as lead, and it's pretty cool. So Night Sister allies, you still gain this. Gain 30% max health, which is something they want. They all want a lot of health. Potency, which is something they all want. And tenacity, which is something that I think maybe they're all going to want. My guess is that we're going to end up having some very tenacious Night Sisters here. When any ally or enemy is defeated, all Night Sister allies gain extra turn meter, 10% turn meter. That's amazing, considering she already gains a bunch of turn meter anyways when someone dies. Like, she already gains 35%, now she'll gain 45%. Talzin, I don't know, when people died that didn't do anything. I guess old Daka is going to gain 10% turn meter too, which doesn't matter as much because she gains in 50% clumps, so an extra 10 to 20%. I guess it's a good tiebreaker though. They also, when someone dies, they recover 25% protection. So if she can do like a one shot with her AoE attack, which is the next part of it, then if she can do an AoE that kills everyone in one hit, then your whole team ends with full protection and probably full health. So let's see. So whenever someone's dead, then Endless Wrath is reset. Endless Wrath is her AoE. Now the AI doesn't use her AoE, hardly ever. So I don't know if this is going to be any good on defense, frankly. But let's see, when Asajj used Endless Wrath, so when she uses it, inflict healing immunity on all enemies for 2 turns and reduce their defense and max health by 4%. This is crazy, guys. So I don't know if the reduced defense and max health for 4% is resistible. I guess I should go look at the mechanics, but I don't want to do a deep dive right now. Defense and max health by 4%. I mean, this adds up, guys. If they're just killing your zombie with reckless abandon, like, you can really just keep doing AoEs and boosting yourself quite a bit. This is very interesting. For the rest of the encounter, you can do it to Galactic Legends, which is, Omicrons are fun that way. Let's see, Asajj has 10% critical damage for each enemy with debuffs. So here's the thing, guys. This looks really enticing. I think maybe Talia is someone who might want to be the person. If we discover that Talia is the one to replace Spirit on these, the best of Night Sisters list, I will be the first to Talia. But I think that we're going to want debuff cleanse, and we're going to want to make them very, very grindy, is what it looks like. And it looks really cool. It impacts the whole team by a lot, and I think we can just wait. We can just wait, because Malgus is coming out in a couple weeks. We're going to need Omicrons for him. We need to figure out how many he needs. And maybe you want 1 or 2 for the Grand Inquisitor. I don't know, but I do think that this can wait, because 3v3 is coming, and this looks a lot less cool in 3v3. In 5v5, it's like, yeah, oh man, this impacts a whole 5-man team. Everyone gets this. It looks really cool. It's still going to be good in 3v3, I think, but it's going to be much better. Right now, it just is in 5v5. So we can wait and see, and we'll figure it out eventually. I'm excited for this Omicron. This looks really good. This looks like a must-have, frankly. I think it's going to counter quite a few other new things. I guess we'll just see, though. So, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts on this update are. It seems very positive, actually. Like, nothing bad. Yes, I realize it's not the gear stuff that they've been trying, or we've been all clamoring for a while. But it does seem like a step in, well, I don't know if it's a step in the right direction. It's not like going to lead to anything bigger necessarily, but I think that there's a certain amount of joy and credibility that we can have if we're frustrated with what CG is doing. I think that there is value as well to acknowledging when they do a good job, because otherwise we just look unreasonable. And I think that this seems like a positive update. It seems like it's good for the game. And if I were to say, well, CG is doing nothing good. They can never do anything good. All they do is fail. If I say that, which I hear some people saying sometimes, I guess if I were to say that and say that, no, this is just a garbage update, I would be disingenuous to say that, and it undermines my credibility anyways. I can't live off of rage. So this seems good. Yes, they need to make changes. I think those two can live in the same place, folks. That's what I think anyways. Let me know what you think. I'll turn it over to you. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Maybe you've come up with something else that fancy for us already, guys. I don't know. The other thing I will point out, guys, is that this would work on a team of Night Sisters that isn't necessarily just a Night Sister lead. Just something to think about, you know, like you could take Asajj with old Daka and Zombie and add them to, I don't even know, guys, like a Grand Moff Tarkin team with Gideon. Like that wouldn't be good, but you know what I'm saying. Like this is like she gets to be a lead kind of away from home too, if you want it to be that way. And at the very least, if she is a plug-in, like if she wanted to go like on a Star Killer team, for instance, not that you necessarily want that, but if she did, then this just boosts her just on its own. So anyways, all right, I'm done rambling, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.